All right, so I fucked up the last video. It's typical. So what's been going on? Listen, things have been going well. I haven't been making videos. So it's bright and early. I decided I was going to make a video. You know how I always do it like this, lying down. That's why I'm so damn fat. Actually, I'm losing weight. I lost 10 pounds in the last like 3 days. This stuff, this Cali XXL XLT, that's the best vape I can find out there. In case you vape. Thank you, Xi Jinping. Yes, it's made in China. Hail the communists. So anyway, uh, boy, where do I? You know, the one thing that's really still bothering me with everything that's going on since probably prior to the last time I made a video is the cops. Well, they illegally entered the home. They illegally confiscated my dog, and then they illegally euthanized my dog. Now, if you know the law in the state of Connecticut, you have to give someone a hearing in order to euthanize someone's dog. So the cops basically listen. I'm not going out like committing crimes. Believe me, I could. I could get on the phone. I've thought about it. In about 15 minutes, on pure credit, I could become an international drug smuggler, where I'm directing the purchase, the transportation, and the delivery, and I'd be sitting here just waiting for my money to show up. And well, if I'm getting credit, I got to pay the bill eventually. Anyway, but I don't do this stuff. They just keep putting me in jail, like, so I make friends with these people. I mean, what do you want me to do? What do you do? I live with them. What do? You make enemies with the people you live with? Ah, you must be my father. Piece of shit. So anyway, uh, so what they did is they sent me to a hospital because I basically just bugged out. You can see it. See, they said that was illegal, writing 2828 on the wall and then smashing my own property. This is the problem now. I destroy my own property, not somebody else's, my own. And they keep arresting me for it, trying to claim that it's someone else's. It's not, it's mine. And this one, they claimed it was domestic violence because my father was here when I did it, but I didn't say nothing to him. There wasn't any conversation. There wasn't any dispute. He didn't even say nothing. But anyway, so they legally entered the home. It's interesting. I'm going to teach you something. How the cops lie. This is actually, I've tried to teach these fucking lawyers this, but you know what? These lawyers, they're terrified of the cops. They do it out of their trash. And listen, I deal with the best lawyer in the state of Connecticut. I wonder why he's ranked the best, though. Like, is he the best? Because I don't know why you become the best. I know I didn't get thrown out of law school. I did that. I didn't wait. No, I didn't get thrown out. I keep saying that. I walked out. I wasn't even drop out. I walked out. My professors both fought with me to stay there profusely. One of them for about, I don't know, good 10, 15 minutes. He sat there and tried to. Him, I went to go see in person. But anyway, so that's another story. Anyway, back to this stupid stuff. So they illegally confiscated my dog. See, my dog, they illegally entered the home. I'll tell you how they did it. See, they're banging on the door. Bang, bang, bang. Police, open the door. Bang, bang, bang. Now, after they said that each time, they said about 4 or 5 times, maybe 3, maybe 5. But I was sitting, and then I was calm. Long before they got here. I was sitting, we live in this place called Heritage Village. They got their security. You know what security does? When you call security, they call the police. So why do we have security? Like, can't we call 911? Or are we all that uh, demented? Maybe we are, because we're paying for security. But the security, I went to security once. They said, "Do you know we're the police?" And they're all ex-cops. So how the fuck are we gonna fire these cunts now? I have no idea. I'll fire him. I don't give a fuck. Get him away from me. Fire him. But do not trespass order. So anyway, bang, bang, bang. Police open the. So they didn't open the door. And after every time they said that, I said, "Do you have a warrant?" They said, "Bang, bang, bang." Police open the door. So if you read the police report, it goes into it. And I'm not going to get the police report. I have it. They don't like to give you the defendants that. And I'm like, why do you plead guilty then? I'm like, I plead guilty. I don't see the evidence against me. So then all of a sudden it stopped for a few minutes. Now, if you read the police report, what happened during that time, other officers showed up. Now, one of the other officers, I believe, was Officer Keenum. See, Officer Keenum is Sergeant Keenum. He's a little red-headed cunt. That's how to call him. Fucking scumbag killed by dog. That's all you'll ever get from me. Had something to do with it. You did too. Even though you just go along with the fucking nasty ass game. You were in on it. You want to be your brother? Okay. Be a brother. I say, fuck my food. I live righteous. So anyway, they took the dog, they killed the dog. But, so this is how they lie. Wait, back to how they lie. This is important. In the police report, you can see it time and time again. They lie the same way. And it's crazy because it's exactly the way I used to lie when I was a kid. I remember once we were throwing rocks at cars, me and this kid, Ed Bruderman. And the cars, we hit his mother's car, right? And I hear his father scream, "Ed!" So I'm like, oh shit. I said, yeah, I was just throwing rocks up in the air. I was throwing rocks up in the air. I wasn't really lying. I was throwing them up in the air onto the cars. So was Ed. So was, I think I don't know, somebody else. I don't know if anybody else was. I think it was just me and him there that day. We did it a few times. But anyway, you see, I was lying, but I wasn't really lying. So it was like, relieve my conscience. I could say it like, like it's believable. So now this is speculation, this part, as to why they actually entered the home when they did. Because we always leave our door unlocked because I know these scumbags will break their fucking door, Now, you can legally enter a home in Connecticut for 3 reasons. 1 is they have a warrant. 2, you have the homeowner's permission. I had neither one of those. 3, I hate Connecticut. You have exigent circumstances. Now, what that means is like, okay, there's fucking fire coming out of the fucking windows. Well, they have the right to enter the home. If they hear somebody's in there, if they heard me say, "I'm going to kill you, you son of," well, they had the right to enter the home, But now what they said they heard was loud banging and screaming. What was going on? There was not a word being said inside the house. Because, see, the other officers showed up, and I think it was Keenum. I'm going to say it was Keenum because I don't know. I'm speculating. But a superior officer told them to enter the home at that time. Now, the reason why I say it was Keenum because the police report isn't completely accurate. It says IIU entered the home first. Now, IIU might have entered because he wrote the police report. Now, he might have entered the home first because I can't see the doorway from where I was standing. See, it's actually, you could see it. See, they came in right there, right? And here, I'm going to show you this. See, I was sitting over here. They were standing right about here. And see, there's the front door. See? So he could have come in the door, and I don't know who fucking walked through the door first. But I saw Keenum first. He came in, pulled his taser on. And I had taken my shirt off, so they know I don't have a gun. I stand. And they came back, and they banged several other times. But I said nothing. Absolutely nothing. I said, I'm tired. I'm just going to sit here and wait. Fuck this. So anyway, now the police do have the right to come and knock on your door like a police pizza delivery man. Hello? Is anyone home? Yeah, like that. Anything more than that is in violation of the law. Now, a judge will interpret it. Oh, these Connecticut judges with the interpretation of the fucking law. Fuck you, Americans. The way you want to interpret fucking everything. Interpret this. So anyway, IU comes in, or excuse me, Keenum was the first cop I saw. And I saw him right there at that corner. He was right there in that doorway there. It's not a doorway, it's an entryway. There's no door there. And IU came in shortly thereafter, and he was not, he was the other side of that doorway. And they both had their tasers on me. I stood up immediately, and I had my vape. You know what vape I had? I had that, I forget the one it's called, but it's a round. First time I saw that, they said, oh man, this thing looks like a gun. I had that thing in my hand. So I put my hands in the air. I'm like, hey, what do you want to tase me for? So, what's that in your hand? I put it down on the desk right there. See, I was sitting right there. And so I put it down on the desk. And, well, they took me into custody. I think, actually, at one point, I don't know what the fuck he was doing. I hope it was fucking Keenum's handcuffs that went on me and not IU's. Because IU was the one that cuffed me. I just walked over there and he cuffed me. I don't make a big deal about this stupid shit. It's like games. People are children. So, anyway, IU cuffed me. But Keenum, before he was standing there, it was quite some time before I was ordered over there but he had put down his taser. And my eyes had gone completely off of him. I was on IU who's like shaking like this with the fucking taser, making me fucking nervous. And he put his taser away because he's changing out his weapon. What he's doing. Now, I don't know if they had asked me what is in my hand yet either. I can't remember whether that was before change out weapon or not. That part I can't remember. But hopefully he wasn't changing his weapon. He was getting his handcuffs for IU because IU cuffed me. Now, hopefully they weren't IU's handcuffs. Hopefully they were Keenum's handcuffs. Because Keenum, if he took his handcuffs out, he would have handed them to IU. So, anyway, so they take me into custody. But when they came in, see, the dog, if you open up the door, the dog would just go after whoever the hell was on the other side of the door. See, he wasn't a bad dog, but that's just the way somebody had trained him. I just got him from the pound. It was something I had just learned. And if they hadn't illegally entered the home, the dog wouldn't even been outside. The dog was let out by my father on the fire safety guys. Now, I think he did it intentionally because he didn't like them, he didn't want them around. Had to check the fire alarm. And they blame me for this shit, the fire safety guys. They all blame me for everything here. So he let him out. But anyway, so the dog was under quarantine. I think it was like a day or two left of the quarantine. Maybe not. But it doesn't matter. Like the dog went outside and Officer Volpe tased him. And so I'm getting taken out in the handcuffs, and they got the dog with a taser on him, and they tied him to the railing outside. Just outside that door there, there's a little landing with a railing there. Tied him to that. I won't even show it to you. I said, well, it's going to take more than that to kill that dog. I shouldn't have said that. They killed the dog. They confiscated the dog. They had no legal right to confiscate the dog. But see, because it was just like a bug out thing, they just took me to the hospital. When the detective was the female detective. I don't know. Listen, she works for this department. She's trash too. She does her best. I don't care. I do. If you do your best, stay where you are because you're surrounded by it. You can't stop it. But she says, you just take this guy to the hospital. They take me to the hospital. So I went to the hospital. And so we got this law. Yeah, I know the law. Fuck the law. Nobody follows the fucking guy. They do whatever the fuck they want to people. It's the problem with this goddamn country. You give so many fucking rights. So you get no fucking, you got a right to fucking what? Fight for it. Okay, so I'm poor, man. I don't use lawyers. I got God's guns right here. So anyway, so I get there and the hospital staff, the security guard, he comes in, he says, we're going to medicate you. And I started to say, no, because you can't legally do that unless there's some exigent circumstances or you have to get a judge's order. Well, their apologies just create the exigent circumstances. So this motherfucker starts coming at me. He's going to blow his bong. I hit him with a jab. It wasn't really much. I was sitting down, too. He cried to me about it later. Oh, you hit me. It's stupid. Oh, they went crazy. And then I grabbed one of them. I think it was a black one. That's why they went so fucking nuts. They had to fight. The white guys had to fight for their black brother. I got him good with a hockey punch. Grabbed his shirt and bang! Got him right in the face. There was about 10 of these guys. One of these guys is like, I found out later, he weighs 440 pounds. These are some big fucking dudes. Here I am, 55 years old. Never got a fucking black guy. These motherfuckers, it was like one of those, oh shit, they're going to kill me. So they took my head. They held my head like this down to the bed. And bang, 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 bang. Y'all, they wouldn't stop. They just kept going. So I played like I was unconscious so they'd stop. My whole side of my face, it was all black. I had a big black eye. Yeah, it was a black eye. So they didn't call the police. So I punched 2 security guards at the hospital. They didn't call the police. So obviously they did something wrong, right? Yeah, they did something wrong. You can't just fucking beat patients. You can't, your patient punches you. You can't fucking beat him like that. Like, till you think he's unconscious. They kept hitting me even after I was unconscious. It's pretty fucking, listen, if I'm in a fight, okay, it could happen. I could go over but anytime I've been in a fight, as soon as the guy's unconscious, that's it. I'm done. I mean, not to say that I'm not so worked up, I don't want to just rah. But no, I've always stopped immediately. Then I could walk away. So, I will say this about this Waterbury Hospital. It's not Waterbury anymore. Now it's UConn Hospital. UConn Medical Center. There's a nurse up there, a blonde nurse in the psych ward, and she's a really good person. So which makes a great nurse. But she was really disturbed by my whole face is black and blue, and I got all these security guards coming up, and I'm like, oh, shit. Checking these guys. I'm trying to figure out which one was doing the bong bong because I don't know. I like to guess something, so. But no, she had me sit down with the doctor and I don't know, starting a statement. It's something really fast. I don't even remember exactly what I said because it's all bullshit. There's no justice for fucking Monahan. There is, but we won't get into that. I'll get into that maybe someday. You think I'd just sit around and just take all this shit? I try to go through the legal avenues. I'm still being treated for the last 10 years for you guys denying me food in your prisons. Yeah, that's not just my opinion, that's my treating doctor's opinion. And I can document it. Weighed 174 pounds. You want to know why people are fucking doing nasty shit on the street? Because you did nasty shit to them. And you paid for it. You didn't do it, you paid for it. I paid for it too. Don't feel that bad. Pay sales tax. Not on this. It's milk. Nobody's gonna get starved because I'm drinking milk. So anyway, so I get out of there, and then they offered me the program. I was like, oh wow, now they want to help me. You know, I'm like, this is gonna do absolutely no good. People, same government that fucking did dirty shit to me. And listen, there's no state, local government, no federal. It's only a federal government. Federal law supersedes all state and local law. So all there is the U.S. government. I don't want to hear no bullshit. And no fucking Shell Waterbury card. It's DOJ's card. And every fucking cop you see is DOJ's cop. They're all fucking Donald Trump's cunts. So anyway, I get out of there. They offer me this program. I go up to this fucking place. I must have gone there 5 times. They got 2 black ladies. I don't know, racist motherfuckers. That's all I can say. Because they wouldn't fucking let me in this program. And I got like good private insurance. I'm like, just send her, you know, they send everybody. It's like the courts program. You know, like it's and the hospital under investigation by the state. And this Demas lady, she wouldn't send me anywhere else. So what ended up happening was I said to her that I'm going to go up there and I'm going to have to make a video because I'm going to have to be in court and I'm supposed to have gone to this program, right? And if I go to court and there's not going to be any record of me being there. Well, I found out later that was true. Because the next time I went back, the lady told me, she says, well, look in the computer. Well, there's no record of you being there. I filled out a whole fucking application. And I was supposed to come back for some kind of intake or something, which I did. But then they didn't have my application. All of a sudden that disappeared. Then I couldn't get it done again. 5 times. Try to get into some program the court sends you, like a private hospital, 5 times, and you got good insurance. Things ain't adding up. So anyway, I told her that because I knew she'd tell them that. And then they put me in the program. I went back the next time. It was crazy. I guess they got cameras outside. As soon as I got to the front door, the lady who took my application, I finally found her. I just knew her as a white woman. Black women wouldn't do nothing for her. Her name was Mary. And she's the door. You can't go inside. I said, oh, good. You got something going on. Let's go home. I don't know what the fuck that shit was about. I was just like, forget it. I'm going to fight this bitch. You know, I mean, they're okay. So, but I knew the Demas lady. I forget her name. She's a lying cunt. She kept giving these reports to the court that were lies. I ended up calling the judge a liar in the courtroom. And then I had to go back and apologize after I got the file. Because she was reading a lie. She wasn't lying. She was reading the report. And the report was a lie. So, anyway, I knew the Demas lady would go to them and say, well, blah, 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 blah. He's going to come make a video of him being there trying to get in, and he's going to show it. Yeah, we're right. That's what I'm going to have to do. But I figured the threat would be enough, which it was. I was able to get in the program. So I'm in the program for, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. And I don't know, you know, I don't associate with too many people. So these people, you know, they're becoming like, you know, again, I make friends. I don't make enemies. I even started becoming like a liberal. I was like, I live with this fucking Trumper, and then I got this. They became more important. The stupid program. That's what a program is. You go there, you say whatever the fuck they want you to say. Do what they make them feel good about themselves. Like they're your hero and this and that and whatever. They tell the court you're fine. It's a bunch of bullshit. I can't even do that. A convict won't survive living like that. He'll die. He'll get killed. Anyway, so all this, I don't know, change the fucking system. Anyway, so they let me in the program. And it's going along. And there's this girl, she's a black girl. She's kind of cute. And I don't know, she's talking about how her son is down in Florida with her mother, I guess. And she's got like 3 weeks and She went on Tinder, found some guy who goes to jail or is going to jail. And I was like, I was like, so I started asking her quite like, has he been to jail? Yeah, he's not his first time. I said, you ever going out with a guy who's been to jail? No. I was like, well, I'm not. I've never hit a girl except for my sister. I beat the living snot out of her. Not really. She got the best of me usually, but once in a while I got her. She was 4 years older when we stopped fighting, like, I don't know. And she turned like 13, started screwing boys. So anyway, I like told her, listen, there's probably going to be a hands-on boyfriend. More than likely. Now, I had actually done research because I was the A man of the food cart. There were just so many guys talking about putting their hands on the girl. I went around and asked, started asking, hey, you ever? I remember there was one guy, I can't remember his name. He was this little Jewish kid, but he said he didn't. I was like, wait a second, because I got his food truck. I was like, wait a second, you telling me the truth? She's like, nah. I broke up with my girlfriend. I pulled her hair, ripped her to the ground. It's like, okay. I kind of like, I got along with him. Anyway, there's another story that goes on with that. But anyway, so I'm telling this girl this. I'm just telling her. I'm not just telling, well, I'm sort of telling her because I did sort of care. And, well, I was thinking, I'm here, like, what's the matter with me? But not, yes, but not really, because I know, like, she's got to come there, so I'm not really, like, on her. But anyway, so she didn't understand any of that. I says, and, he's probably going to either tell you or ask you if you're going to bid with him or he's going to call you from jail. And I guess he had a case, but he was going to go to jail. Ask you if you want to bid with him. And she says, no. Oh, so do you understand how the police lie? That's much more important than this. See, they lied in the police. They said there was loud screaming and banging. But what was the loud screaming and banging? Them. Bang, bang, bang. Police open the door. See, they lied just like I did when I was a kid. Well, yeah, I heard loud banging and screaming. Well, no, they did. It was them. They were doing the loud banging and screaming. Lying ass motherfuckers. Anybody that fucking knows me knows one thing about me. I ain't a fucking liar. As a matter of fact, I ran into this Officer Keenum down at the police station. So I'm trying to get this paperwork about this dog. And I says, Keenum, I says, I'll give you a hint, some advice. Don't lie. Not that you can't lie. Don't lie. Because if you don't lie and you know you're not going to lie, you ain't going to do nothing wrong. Because he's a scumbag. And fortunately, he's a police officer. So, you gotta work with what you got, I guess. So anyway, the group leader of this fucking place, the fucking place, it did spook me out. Because, here we are, all this shit